welcome to the Narrowing Path, walking the spiritual walk. My name is Steve Van Eiderstein. Thank you all for joining me today for the June 29th reading from James Allen's Daily Meditations. I'm looking forward to it. June seems to be finishing up nicely about responsibility and effort and purpose. So I'm excited to see what June 29th brings us. This will be fresh to you and fresh to me, of course, meaning this will be the first time I hear it or read it on this podcast with you. So you'll get my genuine response, reactions, observations, and what I relate to about the reading. So here we go. This is June 29th reading from James Allen's Daily Meditations. The law which punishes us is the law which preserves us. When, in their ignorance, men would destroy themselves, its everlasting arms are thrown about them in loving, albeit sometimes painful, protection. Every pain we suffer brings us nearer to the knowledge of the divine wisdom. We progress by learning, and we learn up to a certain point by suffering. When the heart is mellowed by love, the law of love is perceived in all its wonderful kindness. When wisdom is acquired, peace is assured. We cannot alter the law of things, which is of sublime perfection, but we can alter ourselves so as to comprehend more and more of that perfection and make its grandeur ours. To wish to bring down the perfect to the imperfect is the crown of folly, but to strive to bring the imperfect up to the perfect is the height of wisdom. I like that a lot. I think that's amazing. That line in there, when wisdom is acquired, peace is assured. I think it's a promise. It's a guarantee. That's that kind of stuff I just enjoy seeing, right? Because it's been my experience. It really has been my experience that the more I learned and applied these spiritual principles and spiritual laws, the more I have grown and the more peace that I've been given, right? And the more I want to share it. It's an amazing thing. So let's go through this one again. The law which punishes us is the law which preserves us. Might seem odd, but the reality of it is when you realize there is consequences to all of your actions and you're held accountable and responsible for your actions, positive and negative, remember. This isn't just negative. He says punishes us, but there's the other side of it that rewards us as well. Because these spiritual laws are not positive or negative. They just are. Right? But if you put negative in, you'll get punishment. You'll get negative out. If you put good in, you'll get reward. You'll get peace, love, all those qualities we strive for, states of being we strive for. So, it's the understanding of the results of our actions. So the punishments that help us grow. So this is the main body of it. When in their ignorance men would destroy themselves, its everlasting arms are thrown about them in a loving, albeit sometimes painful, protection. I think it's talking about the laws of the spiritual world right here, right? Because it comes back to take care of ourselves. It comes back to guide us out of it through pain and suffering. It shows us when we're headed in the wrong direction, right? Every pain we suffer brings us nearer to the knowledge of the divine wisdom. Now, why is that, right? But what it is it's when we're serving ourselves. Usually, pain is an indicator of self-centered thinking. Pain is an indicator of selfishness most of the time. Because things can hurt, but they usually hurt because we wanted things to be a certain way. We had a certain attachment to something. We had a certain understanding. So really, pain is purifying. Pain shows us where we need to grow. and have more reliance on that God of our understanding and trust in the spiritual nature of this world. So pain and suffer brings us nearer to knowledge of the divine wisdom, because it realigns us. It kind of steers our ship towards where it needs to go. We progress by learning, and we learn up to a certain point by suffering, because it really is. Almost all my learning so far has been because of suffering. I'm doing something wrong, right? But I've gotten to the point where now doing things for the right reasons, I'm learning from that now. I'm experiencing those rewards. I'm experiencing those states of being. But it took a lot of pain and suffering to align me on this course, right? My sails had to be set to the right direction, and then I had to learn. And then I was able to start practicing living differently. So pain was crucial for me to begin to change. Pain was an inevitable consequence of the way I was living, to show me I had to live a different way of life. When the heart is mellowed by love, the law of love is perceived in all of its wonderful kindness. When wisdom is acquired, peace is assured. So when you're learning these things and you're understanding these principles and these laws of the world and these spiritual disciplines and all of these things we talk about on this podcast, you get peace, right? When the heart, and you find love in your heart as well. We've talked about that so much. But through the practice of these, through the achievement of that divine wisdom, you're blessed with love. You're blessed with joy. You're blessed with peace. When the heart is mellowed by love, the law of love is perceived in all its wonderful kindness. When we're able to relax and have faith, suddenly we can perceive love, the law of love in all its wonderful kindness. When wisdom is acquired, peace is assured. Assured. But you have to be open and willing and honest to get to that point of wisdom and learning and application. There's a lot that goes into it. We cannot alter the law of things, which is of sublime perfection, but we can alter ourselves as to comprehend more and more of that perfection and make its grandeur ours. We can align with these principles instead of battling them, instead of trying to cut our own path in the universe, which always ends in failure, misery, and pain. But when we align to the spiritual living, when we align to that spiritual law, we get that grandeur that it's promised. We get that understanding that is just beyond comprehension most of the time. We get those rewards of living that spiritual life, the joy, the peace, the nurturing, the love, the things many of us have craved and searched in some of the most sordid of places for, in many ways. And we can't change the way the universe is set up. We can't change the spiritual laws of things, but we can align ourselves with it. And when we do that, you'll find a state of being that you didn't know was possible. And this is the last line to close with: to wish to bring down the perfect to the imperfect is the crown of folly, but to strive to bring the imperfect up to perfect is the height of wisdom. To turn and give to those starting on the path, to turn and reach a hand out to pull them forward, to bring all into this joyous place of living is the height of wisdom, right? This isn't ours to be greedily holding on to. This isn't ours to hoard. It isn't ours to dole out at cost either. We want to bring everybody up. We want to bring people in alignment so they may have the fullest experience of life that's out there. And that is the height of wisdom. So, all right. Another absolutely stunning one today. Thank y'all so much for the joining me. I absolutely loved today's reading. It just was a great reminder. So thank you, everyone, for coming on and joining me today. I really do appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what tomorrow brings as we wrap up June. So thank y'all so much. Until next time, thanks.